Let's take a look at another example of partial fraction decomposition. We want to turn this into two separate fractions. So what's going to happen is we're going to have two different numerators. Our denominator, if we were to split this back up, hey, it's just factoring. So this first factor would have been, for example, x plus 2 and x plus 1 as we factor that out. And what we need to try to do is come up with some sort of fraction for values then for those a and b values. So the way again that we do this is first we pretend like, hey, let's combine these fractions back together. We would need to do that by making a common denominator. So x plus 2 on top and bottom for that fraction, x plus 1 on top and bottom for this fraction. So when we do that, we're going to be left with a numerator that says a times x plus 1 plus b times x plus 2 all over our combination of x plus 1, x plus 2. And what we're going to then do, I'll just expand this real quick to make it ax plus a plus bx plus 2b as our numerator over x plus 1 times x plus 2. What we can now do is I'm going to make my two equations. My first equation should be things that have x's as coefficients. So I have ax and bx. So I'm going to have a plus b equals my coefficient with x at the beginning was just 1. So a plus b has to equal 1. My other equation then will be things that don't have x's. So my numbers. So I have this plus a that has no x, and I have 2b that also has no x. So a plus 2b equals, and we always go back to our original, has to equal 4. Now you have a nice system of equations that we can solve. So with that system of equations, what I would do is, well, hey, if I multiply this top equation all by -1, now I can easily add down in these equations. My a's would cancel out. I'd be left with 1b equals 3. Oh, hey, that was nice, quick, and easy. How about that? I always can go and plug back in. So I had a plus b equaling 1. Well, b is now 3. So I can solve for a, and gives me a equals -2. So don't forget, though, your final answer every time you have to do this final step is that take these values you just found for a and b and plug them back into this equation here in the light blue. So your final answer is that you would have -2 over x plus 2 and 3 over x plus 1. So there's another example of how to decompose a fraction using partial fraction decomposition.